welcome to STEM Camp.
My name is Aaliyah McLeod. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I work as a camp counselor at Brightside Opportunity Center. I work as a STEM camp counselor, and we include different activities that have science, technology, engineering, and math.
Hi, my name is Essence Winters. I'm 16 years old. I work at Brightside Opportunity Center as a counselor. So here at Brightside, it's a home. Everybody knows everybody. Everyone, when you walk through that door, it's a hello to you. It's not they just gonna stare at you and watch you walk past. I'm 16, so I've been coming to Brightside since I was when I was 1, even when I was in my mom's belly. Before, I grew up on a church side, I saw more of the organization side. At Brightside, they have this after-school activity called Youth Night. That's where I really met a lot of people. Brightside is very loving. Like, they welcome you with open arms, and this is why I love Brightside. I love working here. It's a great environment. There's no negative vibes. And that's what working should feel like. It should feel like this is a place where people love you and people want you to come here more and more often. Like, there's this man that he always remembers my name. He said he always forgets people's name, but he always remembers my name. And that kind of makes me feel like, wow, there's people that here that care. That's what I love mostly about this job.
My name is Anaya. I'm 17 years old. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I work at Brightside Opportunity Center. I'm thankful to have this opportunity to be a STEM camp counselor this summer. Ms. Rolanda recommended me because she's previously been my mentor in a program. We had a leadership program at my school, and I just connected with her through that, and she connected me to this job at Brightside, and it's really impacted me because it showed me like how I like kids and like how I like to feel like they've accomplished something at the end of the day and have fun, and that's what I like to do, so I was thankful for this opportunity.
Previous years, I was a counselor, and I came back like a normal year doing camp counseling, but this year is different during COVID. So coming in, I sign in first, what adults will call it a clock in. And then my supervisor or a colleague of mine will take my temperature to make sure everything's good so I'm not spreading COVID-19. This year I had to take the kids to the bathroom, specifically me, and make sure the kids wash their hands, sanitize, and make sure everything's neat and tidy.
As a counselor, my job was to make sure that the kitchen had the correct number of lunches for the afternoon. And each lunch had to be an individual because of COVID. Another job that I had was to be an admin for my supervisor. I basically helped to organize her office, get supplies with her, go to different stores to make sure that we had supplies that we need for each activity. Some duties that I had to do as an admin were enter the receipts in the Excel spreadsheet. And I also kind of shadowed my supervisor to see how the program manager works. Something that I didn't like about that was that it was very time consuming, so sometimes I wasn't able to do the activities with the campers.
Compared to last year, so let me give you a rundown about last year. Last year, I got hired through Brightside. All I had to do was come, show up, do my normal counselor duties and all that other stuff. This year, it was a process. When I say a process is not even half of it. It was all the paperwork I had to do. And me being 16, of course, I'm naive to that. So the paperwork that I had to do for a specific date and make sure that's done in order for me to get paid. So what I learned from that is managing my time. If I would manage my time better, I can have the paper done like this and how to get clearances, fingerprint. I felt like an adult. Like, I felt responsible as a mess. Like, it surprises me that even though being 16, because not a lot of 16-year-olds experience this, going in front of other people and getting fingerprinted, like, getting scared. Like, I wasn't scared because I knew there's nothing on my record, but it was just still, like, what if somebody took my identity? Is that thought that pops in your head for no reason. Like, at that point, it was just like, it felt real. It felt a real job. But when I knew it really got real was August. Like August camp is when I had to request time for my first time coming in super late because I had school to do, had other things to take care of. And when I realized to myself, I have to tell somebody else now, like, I'm late to work. And I'm realizing I have to let someone else know. It's not school. It's not like you can show up, they give you a tardy pass, it's okay, go to class. other people are waiting on you, and other people, you have duties to follow and other things. And when you don't show up and do a no call, no show, you leaving those people with the scrap and mess that you made. So I have to make sure I let them know. So when I realized that, I was like, "Ugh, I feel like an adult. Like, I'm no longer 16 right now. Like, this is my job." I'll make up those hours too. I make sure I make up hours. If I come in at 10:30, then I will stay later. Instead of getting off at 4, I would stay later than that. That's my experience with time management and time off. When we had training the first time, and I came in late, and I didn't let nobody know or nothing. She kind of told me when I came in, like, hey, you know, when you actually start work, you have to be on time and be ready. And I understand that because that's when I realized, oh, shoot, she don't play. But then I realized she actually had a humor to her. She wasn't rude about it. She was trying to be discreet about it, making sure I'm that type of person that will show up to work on time and doing what I'm supposed to do. So I understand. Like, when camp began, she had a positive attitude. Like, she was positive. Even for a person that camp was thrown at her, I felt like she knew how to manage her time and make sure everything is run how it's supposed to be run. Good. Like, I had honestly picked up skills from her. And towards the end, our relationship kind of built. During campus pressure, because it was rocky to some points. Sometimes we were understanding each other. But towards the end, the relationship was fine. It wasn't no he said, she said, nothing like that. It was just more so of an understanding of each other. And that's what I liked. It was just a great environment to be around. When you come in, the people greet you. My colleagues, we had a great bond. Even for my supervisor, we have lovely conversations all the time. So that was like my favorite part about the job. When you're around a good environment, it's like you love coming there every day. That's what motivates you to get up in the morning. Other camp counselors that were actually like always in the room constantly with me, they were great because I built bonds with each and every one of them. I felt like I could relate to every single one of them. So that wasn't a problem for me. Some, I wish that they were more strict about the kids and actually helping clean. And that's my personal opinion. But with them, it was like we were all in the same age group. So when you're the same age group, you kind of relate to this person and you feel comfortable around these people because these are people that they're not just your normal like a normal person. This person that goes to school just like you, manage time just like you, had to do the same paperwork just as you.
Something that I've learned about myself is that I like to do things perfectly and I like everything to be neat. But something I do different about that would be kind of have more fun and let loose. And I don't know if it was bad, but sometimes the kids got on my nerves and they weren't listening, so I had to learn how to be kind of discipline them. I realized that working with campers made me feel like I'm able to have a voice. I usually don't think that I'm a very loud person, but when they got out of the line, I knew that it was my duty and responsibility to make sure that they're listening, especially for the people that come in and take their time out of their day to teach them. And I think that it's really important that they respect people that are trying to make them have a better idea or understanding.
I like working with kids because it gave me an opportunity to have fun and be serious at times. So one of my biggest achievements with working with kids was like improving my leadership skills. Like if something needed to be done, or they just need to be quiet for like the Zoom meetings we would have, like using my voice and actually telling them to like settle down and be quiet and just be respectful and listen. So that helped me improve my leadership skills.
What are you just looking at the
Can you go clean up your station instead of sitting there? On my phone. Can you just put it down, please?
Being negative, I learned about myself during this camp was sometimes I get stressed out easily. So using that experience, I'm going to use that in the future to know how to calm down in certain situations and think everything's okay. And something positive I learned is that I'm more creative than I think. Like some sessions required us to think creatively and use our brains outside the box. At the camp, we had a session where the kids had to do a curriculum, which is where they're in a Zoom meeting with the teacher, and they just learn basic things they would learn in school, which is hard. Sometimes it was difficult to set things up and get them to focus. But my favorite thing about the camp was just dealing with kids and everything, because I got to connect on a different level because I feel like I was also a child at once, so we got to talk about certain things and have fun. Something I would do different is ask the kids like their opinions on certain games and like sessions, or ask them do they have any recommendations to get them more involved, because I feel like it would impact the counselors more.
So if I'm being truthful, I don't really know what negatives I learned about myself personally, but what I do know is that I don't like cleaning after other people. My least favorite part about the job, it was like the interfering of cleaning afterwards. Like the mess, it was the mess. Like the mess was so hard to clean. And it was just, it's funny to me because I can clean, but when I feel like I'm constantly cleaning after the same person, I just be like, oh my goodness, like this is not what I signed up for. But afterwards, didn't really bother me. Yeah, it's my duty to make sure everything's clean, so I'm not complaining. But it was just like everything was on the floor. I realized that's a job. You're not gonna pick and choose. You're not gonna go out here and pick and choose what job you want. Like that's your job. If they said clean up after, that's what you do. It's not about, oh, I'm gonna debate with this person. No, it's like you're gonna do that. The benefits are that there is good parts about your job. Like even though the cleaning, like personally me, that's the only part I didn't like. But there were so many good benefits that overpowered that part I didn't like that I didn't even mind. The experiments that we did, even though it was like our first hand doing them, I'm a fast learner. Like I learned about myself that I'm a fast learner. I can pick it up and do it and repeat it without a problem. And that made me proud about myself. Like I feel like I was doing something. Even like during the gym when we played kickball or basketball, I learned that I'm not a great shooter, but I'm a great defender. Something positive that I learned about myself is patience. Because I'm dealing with kids every day, coming to work every day for 8 hours. And I learned that patience is key when you deal with children, because children's gonna do whatever they want. There's times that you may have to repeat yourself or tell the person to stop doing something. But when you have patience, you don't even mind, because it's not gonna affect you to the point where, oh my gosh, I can't do this. I'm leaving. I'm gonna storm out. No, but patience is what I picked up on myself that I have, because I don't get irritated fast. I can tell somebody repeatedly without getting mad.
Each counselor had the opportunity to lead. It was kind of like showing how responsive we are and how you're able to conduct the kids, make sure they're on task, and do each STEM activity that you led. We did activities like Marshmallow Mirror, where you basically mirror a building using marshmallows and toothpicks. It's kind of like an engineering project.
Me and my colleagues, we had different times where we lead. And usually when it's me, I make sure everybody is focusing on the activity. Everybody's interacting with everybody. It's not just a separate group, but everybody is friends. So through each activity, I actually learned something different. And it was cool to me because even when I was a camper, I didn't really know, like I wasn't really into the activity. But now that I'm older, I was like, this is actually cool. I participate in to make the kids make it seem like it's fun and get everybody all rowdy up about the experiment that we do or the activity we do. The activity that I led was the lava lamps. Those were so cool. It was like all you need is 4 ingredients: water, oil, food coloring, and an Alka-Seltzer. So with those 4 ingredients, you can make a whole lava lamp. I still got mine. Mine is hanging up in my bedroom right now on my dresser. I think those were so cool, and the kids love them because they pick their favorite color and they get to see how the bubbles transfer. And it was just going back and forth. It goes up and down. The other activity that I led was charades, and charades taught not even me, but the campers, body language and knowing what somebody's saying without them saying it with their mouth. A great way of bonding and connecting with each other just by their movement of their body and what they're saying. And I like that because I got up there, when I got up there, I was shook at first to know what to do, but then I got comfortable. And a lot of kids like went up there, they was doing some really good examples of what the card said to do. During the activities, the lemon lights that we were doing, it was a lemon and it was a legit battery. Like it looked like a calculator. So I didn't understand what I was doing. I was really following directions, trying to help the kids, and my supervisor even helped me too, to understand what this activity is. So I figured out how to make a battery out of a lemon. And if I was surprised, I know the campers were surprised. They was just like, what? We had a voltage reader, the battery, and it's like this little thing you poke into the battery. So the voltage reader read the battery of the lemon and the battery combined.
We did Math 24, where you calculate different numbers to end up in equaling 24, and that's an activity that I really like. The best part of camp for me was the edible classroom.
We have a big garden down there.
Yeah, she's the best at it. What are we doing? Just drawing our.
So I played Gertie zucchini and conquer. So that's what after the first year.
Edible Classroom basically just brought in food, and we learned different things that we can make. They also showed us how to make a little mini garden at our house, and mine's still growing, so that's something that I really like. As a camp counselor, I think I really impacted the campers by giving them a sense of direction, that they can do whatever they want to do, and that just because they're a minority or a woman, that there's no reason for you to give up or not put all your effort in.
So I actually teach residents how to deliver babies and how to take care of women's health issues. So I am teaching is that I would do real estate. So when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher. And then I said, okay, I want to do medicine. And then I actually realized I'm still a teacher.
We need more minorities and people of color in different fields, especially in the medical field, and that just because some of your friends said you can't do it, that you should prove them wrong.
Wait, are you a baby?
Yeah, so I deliver babies. Yeah, I started an organization called Patients for Waiting. I said I'm an OBGYN, and Patients for Waiting is an organization to help increase diversity in medicine. So I'm here to recruit colleagues to say, hey, I want other people who look like me, sound like me, coming from similar backgrounds to me to be physicians as well. And whether you're gonna be a physician, if you're gonna be a dentist, something in health profession because everybody needs help. Everybody goes to the doctor or needs a doctor or has to go to a hospital or something at some point in their life. And ever since scared and you need help, that you can have somebody, can help you to get through that tough situation.
I felt as though Patients Are Waiting was a good organization for minorities and doctors. Dr. Hamblin and Dr. Livingston did a great job connecting the medical terms and things to what kids would think would be interesting, because it was really important, because some of them actually said that they would like to do some of those things when they're growing up. So it gave them a good perspective of what they would do when they would grow up. I thought it was also cool how some doctors came in from different practices and talked about what they would do and kind of just showed the kids the little details so they get a better understanding and not just go into something clueless.
So you want to be 2 finger lengths above that. There we go. Guys, CPR is actually meant to be done on the ground. It's really hard to do it on the table. The chest time to recoil. What we're doing is we're actually pumping the heart. So we need the heart to fill back up before. Good. Back on the chest. Good. Nice teamwork.
Liked about when Patients Are Waiting came in is when Dr. Hamlin and I would have side conversations, because she does what I would like to do, which is be an OBGYN. So we just talked about the process of schooling and what classes you need to take. Also had a session at the end where Dr. Hamlin talked about her salary. The kids got to ask her questions, she got to ask us questions. So it gave us a better understanding of what she does on a daily basis.
I'm a hospital employed OBGYN. So basically I have a set schedule. So Monday this week, I worked 24 hours. I went into the hospital at 7:30 on Monday morning and I left at 7:30 today. Wednesday from 8 to 5. My office again on Thursday from 8 to 5 and then I'm done.
So today you're off the rest of the day.
Nobody can call me to come in.
Yeah.
So anything and she was, damn it, I can't believe I have COVID. And then her test came back and I called her and she was like, I knew I did already because you told me what to expect. So yes, I have taken nurse medical. Worried, and we're talking and then we just talk about what are the symptoms that she needs to pay attention to. And she felt I was really tired, but that was because I was working. And I told her, I said, the main things are fever, cough, sore throat, and loss of sense of taste or smell. And so she was like, no, I haven't had a fever, but I had this cough, I had allergies. She kind of kept shrugging things off. And to me at that time, I said, listen, everything is COVID, because in my family, there's 7 people who had COVID, including my aunt who died. So it was at the top of my mind, and I was really worried and concerned. And it was really tough, and I just grabbed her hand, and she just then hugged me and was sobbing on my shoulder, and she was coming in to have her baby, and she had COVID back in March, and then she was delivering in June. And so they stopped letting anybody come to the hospital. So she wasn't actively still coughing, but her test kept coming back hot. She feels fine, but her test kept coming back hot, and you have all of this really go into her room. I think probably less people went into her room. So she really felt kind of isolated. While being a counselor, I feel I taught the kids how to have fun sometimes and also be serious at some moments, because we would have Zoom meetings with CAP Nutrition or Edible Classroom would come in, and it's fun and everything, but at moments you need to settle down and pay attention so it can run smoothly.
Ready?
Brightside Opportunity Center was a fun place for me because every day I came to work, I had fun with my colleagues and the campers, and we just had fun.
During the celebration, it was like the camp is over, a 6-week camp, and it was coming to an end. Like, the relationship I had with the other counselors, I loved it. And even afterward, we still talking. There's no drama or nothing. To me, I was sad about it, low-key, because these are kids I'm with every single day, and I know each and one of their names, know their personality type, and how they act. Dang, like they're really gone. Like this is the end. Like after today, they're not gonna be here anymore. They're not gonna be here to get on my nerves. And I'm gonna miss them. Like honestly, I'm gonna really miss them. In the ceremony, I was just like, wow. Like I was the one giving them their laptop, and as I'm giving them their laptop, I'm like, dang. When these leave my hands, they're gone too. I'm kind of an emotional person, and I love kids, so that kind of what took me out. Like I was just like, wow.
I would return as a camp counselor for following years because I feel like I had a good experience. It was fun getting to know the kids and then my colleagues on a personal level. I even had a conversation with one of the campers, Veronica, saying that like she would like to return, and I just like told her, just have fun because like the energy you give off is what you receive. So if you have fun with them, then they're gonna have fun with you.
I would love to return next year as a camp counselor, and some advice I have for these campers is that don't let anyone tell you that you can't do anything and to never give up.